is up, guys? It is Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and we're back with Chapter 15, The Birthday Gift, all collectibles. That's right, for The Last of Us Part 2. Now, this should be like one of the shortest levels ever based on the amount of collectibles. However, there is a buttload of cutscenes. Now, as per usual, we have removed all of the unnecessary cutscenes, and we have sped up this game ever so slightly. Quick reminder, we do have some quick links down below in the video description. Now, this is a flashback. If you're kind of bouncing ahead, just know that this is Ellie a few years back. Joel is still with us. In fact, we're making our way through the woods to having this nice conversation, and we come around this corner, and there is a giant MFing dinosaur, as she says. Anyways, we've got a journal entry right there at the nameplate of said dinosaur at the entry. We're going to want to go ahead and swoop that up before taking a nice quick swim. I do love that we keep getting wet and then going on these like adventures in these builds. Like, and although we are kind of showing signs of dampness, it's not really. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyways, gotta be a little uncomfortable. Chafing comes to mind, if I'm being honest. All right, we're officially inside. There is more cutscenes, and later we have kind of a quick cutscene as we go through and show you the different points and stuff. We'll get to that. But inside, we're going to go ahead and take a hard right and make our way over. Now, make note of that hat that was on our left. We're going to use that for an additional bonus trophy if you have not already got it. Now, I am kind of like mindlessly droning through here looking for what needs to be the trading card. It's supposed to be in on the right, but see, the problem was I need to go to a certain dino exhibit. I wasn't there yet, so we're going to go ahead and make our way a little deeper into the area here. Now, we probably could have grabbed that hat and done this first, but to be honest with you, I wanted to get this collectible out of the way because I felt like I was already on its trail, and I was right. It's over here, sitting on this bench. Now, yeah, we're going to go ahead and swoop that up. We're going to turn around and make our way right back to that hat. I decided that maybe that was a bad idea to come this way, so a little bit of doubling back. Good thing is it's just right around the corner here. Now, the goal of this trophy is to place it on 2 dinosaur heads and then place it on Joel's. As soon as we pick it up, there's a little segment that says something like, hey, come here, let me put this, and he's like, no, ain't going to happen, and we're going to make it happen. So here we go. He says, oh, man, you want to try it on? No. That's a hard pass, Ellie. So she puts it on. We make our way inside back to the exhibits again. And I do believe that there are multiple dinos you can slap this hat onto. We went with the first 2 as I ran right by. Whoopsie. I was actually looking. For some reason, I thought it had to be specific dinos. So I was a little confused. Like normally I know what's going on a little better. We kind of tried to double down and record this level as well as another one. And we didn't do as much scouting in this one as we normally do. We actually kind of winged it. And it worked out quite well, I think. So, all right, we got 2 hats here, right? Booyakashow. Now, we're going to go ahead and throw the third one here. It's all the same hat. I guess I said that funny, but we're going to slap it on Joel's head now that it's become an option. And wait for it. Wait for it. I told you to wait for it. Booyakashow! Looks good on you, too. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remember where we picked up that trading card? We're going to actually go straight across the hallway here and up the Sidewinder staircase. As we get to the top, we're actually going to find journal entry number 2. First, we have to walk through a turnstile and get into another exhibit. It's actually a space exhibit, which is kind of cool. In fact, it's really cool once we get a little deeper in here. Now, not to get all sentimental or weird or whatnot, but like what Joel does in this scene is pretty epic. All right, so we make our way into the space exhibit. We notice that there is something we can interact with right there. We run right by it because we're on a mission to get this journal entry, which happens to be just chilling on the bench right here. So pick that up, and then this is where I got a little bit like of the case of which way do I go? Which way do I go? So there is a capsule right here. You probably saw the prompt to go ahead and pop the door open. It will tell you that you need a helmet, which is on the right now. You might be able to speed this whole process up by skipping these other things and going directly for that. That's something that I probably should have tested out a little better for you guys, but I recommend you do. And if you figure that out, feel free to drop a comment down below and let the rest of the users know that you can skip the other stuff by just going to that. If not, we'll go ahead and do kind of the quick version of this. Starts off over here with the planets we ran by, that first interaction as we ran through the turnstile. We'll go ahead and spin to win, as I like to say. Rotate the old planets around. Now, on our left side, as we stand right now, there is a couple of spaceships along the wall there. We can interact with those. That'll be what we do next. There's also a lunar lander, or a rover, I guess is what I think they call it, over behind us. And there's also another planet right there to our left. So we've got a handful of things to interact with, but eventually it just all leads to that space capsule in that other room. So now we're going to kind of go through a little faster. Like I said, non-essential cutscenes have been removed. I just wanted to show you all of the interactions we did, just in case you can't skip these by going to that space capsule at the end. So there's the rover. We got that done, and we'll go ahead and check out the space capsule. I believe that this was actually potentially launched. I mean, that's what they're indicating. We have, space museums around here that have stuff like this as well. So I'm assuming that's what it is. But this is pretty sweet. So remember earlier I said I didn't want to get all sentimental and whatnot. But basically, Joel has set it up to give us like kind of an experience of a lifetime. Now, in the apocalypse, there's not a lot of media. There's not a lot of TV or movies. In fact, you don't see a lot of power. We see it from time to time, and it's usually generator-based and brings on other things we don't want. In this particular case, though, Joel knew that Ellie had a little cassette tape player, or a Walkman, if you will, and he hooked it up pretty nicely. I won't fully ruin it all for you guys, because that's a pretty sweet scene. We did skip over it. As we pop out, we do get this really cool pin. I'm not a pin guy, like a hat pin guy, but I do collect some. Like when I went to PAX, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the con PAX, but like I've definitely been there a few times, and they have the penny arcade pins that they can, that are collectibles that you can pick up. I've got a ton of those from like 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. The multiple years that I went. So it's pretty cool. If you guys would ever want to see that pen collection sometime. It's kind of boring. Like I said, I'm not a real big pen guy, but if you are a collector, it's always kind of fun to see that stuff. And some of these pens are actually worth, 10, 15, 20 bucks, which is kind of cool too. And a lot of them we got just for visiting different game booths and playing the demos or the whatever it was that they were offering. So it's kind of cool. Some of them you had to buy, and you got out of like vending machines. So there's all sorts of ways to get them. And you know me, got to get them all. Not really. I did collect pretty hard one day. Now, HTG Mark actually collected a lot as well. He was going a little bit harder in that regard, trying to get them all. But definitely cool. We both got some pretty cool collections from those years. So, anyways, we got across the swimming hole there, and we find that the doors are locked. So we cannot do any more exploring until Ellie finds this window that Joel can actually turf us right up in and through. And inside, we're going to find a trading card and the one and only lonely artifact for this level. So we'll go ahead and boost up and in there. Over we go. Woo to the hoo. That's right. That's how we roll. And let's see here. We'll get in, and I do a quick scan, but I try to anyways. Watch how many times I I cop a squat here. Every time you listen, the character kind of leans and like listens, right? So I keep trying to do it, but then Reese brought it up, like, hey, you're playing Last of Us again. You can't do stuff until you're done talking, which is weird because it's not always that way. But I think I've got what we're after. All right, we're gonna go over here to the corner. Under the table on the far right, or bench, I guess it is gonna be the trading card. And last but not least, there is one artifact. Now, I do want to just mention, hopefully you guys are listening. I know sometimes you guys don't like my nasally drone and you hit that mute button. Probably should put some stuff on screen here to let you know too. But there is a point of no return coming up, and it would be terrible if you actually got to it and did not get the collectible. So I kind of freaked out. The music almost transitioned. The coloring it kind of made me feel like there was bad guys nearby. But I don't think there's anything nearby that we need to worry about. I keep scanning. I keep being worried. That's not the case. And how cool is this flashlight scenario here, where it goes out often and you got to shake the controller? Like it is almost annoying, but it doesn't happen enough that it becomes annoying, right? Like I don't mind it. I'm not a big like Wii player. Like I don't play games that require lots of movement. I'm old and lazy, so I don't do a lot of that. But anyways, all right, point of no return. Back to that. Basically, you get up here. There is a crack in the wall next to where we are going. You are most certainly going to grab this artifact before you go through. But if you don't, unfortunately, you can't come back. So make sure you swoop that up. Now, it's almost impossible to not see that before moving on. But just in case, I wanted to point that out. But hey, guess what, guys? The shortest, longest level of all time is officially done. That's right. The birthday celebration, or birthday gift, my bad, is complete. Boy, that was kind of a rough one. Was it? Or wasn't it? Drop a like down below if you did find this video useful or maybe a wee bit entertaining too. And of course, for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time.